Hello and welcome to another episode of The Tactician. James Dodd alongside the tactician himself, A-League champion Danny McBreen. Now, Macca, we have a mouth-watering contest in round 25 of the Isuzu A-League this weekend. It's 6th place Adelaide United against 7th place Sydney FC. Adelaide United have not won in their last 6 games. They've conceded 20 goals in those 6 games. Defensively, there have been a whole lot of things going wrong. Should we have a look at what's been going wrong and in particular maybe some of the people that have been causing said mistakes?
Yeah, look, there's been a lot of things going wrong, but in all kinds of areas. But let's have a look at this first clip here. So we've got Bart Vriens here circled at the other side. Ball's on this side of the field. Now, if we have a look here, all these Adelaide players need to be sliding across a lot further than they are, because we can see as this ball rolls into this area here to Clayton Taylor, Bart Vriens is nowhere near. He's not close enough at all to bring him down. He just got booked not long before this, so he couldn't make a challenge, which ends up letting Taylor get on the inside of him, not the outside of him, and allow him to run straight towards goal. Now, if he was closer, he'd be there to win the challenge. Now he has to pull out, and Taylor gets through the inside. Because these guys are too far over and high, Now we're seeing they haven't got the pace to get across, and when the shot goes away, let's not have a look at the keeper there. He's guessing that it's going to go across him and not reacting to what's happening. Should have done better.
What about this one? Ryan Kitto positioning here. Now, doesn't seem to be a lot of danger, but what goes wrong here?
So, similar to what happened with Bart Vriens on the other side, let's pay attention to these two Adelaide players here as well, because when Ryan Kitto comes forward here, he should push from behind and push him into here. He doesn't. He tries to win and he doesn't. Now they're on the back foot. As they go forward, have a look at Bart Vriens. Now, you've got 3+1, which we keep talking about you want to have in here. He's organising the young fella Crawford on his right-hand side, alert to the back. But watch as this ball goes in. Watch the body language here. All 3 of them start to switch off thinking, well, that's going to go out. And all of a sudden, Jakalic gets the ball in. Economides snips in before all of them. They shouldn't switch off like that. They're all expecting the ball to go out. Good defenders always expect the worst to happen.
You can see it again here.
Yeah.
The little
Crawford,
hop and the skip from Panayotis to Kikianis. He thinks, and then that fraction.
Yeah,
Kikianis
exactly right. It's the mindset of, it's done and we can just relax. You can't let yourself switch off until that ball's gone out of play.
Now, Bart Vriens is someone there, an experienced campaigner who came in at the start of the season and maybe you thought actually had really shored up the Adelaide defence alongside a youngster in Kikianis. But some of his positioning, we've looked at maybe the decision-making aspect of himself and Ryan Kitto there, but his positioning, Macca, we're going to talk you through a couple of clips here. What is it that he does wrong here against MacArthur? All
right, so have a look here. There's lots of Adelaide bodies around. The ball goes in. They don't win their challenges first. But have a look here. Everybody steps up. Now look at that line. That's actually a pretty good defensive line. They've all stepped up, got bodies around the ball, but look at Bart Vriens. He's 2 metres behind everyone else, keeping 1, 2, 3 players on side. He should be up in here as well. Now, when that ball breaks loose, if he's up here, you see that 2 metres? That's the big difference for him not winning the ball. Now they're in big trouble, and now it's a ball in the back of the net. That's just sloppiness, not getting up into the line with the rest of your teammates. You can see everybody else stepped up, lots of pressure on the ball. Okay, they didn't win the challenges in these areas.
This angle here.
Yeah, and look at that. That distance there, when he drops back, he's stepping backwards as well whenever the play happens. If he's stepping forward aggressive, he wins that. And now the ball goes out to wide area. Jakalic with a good finish. But these are small details that can make a big difference, especially around the edge of the box.
Original rivalry, Melbourne victory, Adelaide United from last weekend. You can see that's Bart Vriens there, dropping deeper once again.
Yeah, so every time there's a goal, there's usually at least 3 mistakes that happen. Now, if we look at just this picture here, I can pick 3 straight away. 1, no pressure on the ball. Yep. Standing still, allowing him to pick his pass. 2, should be goal side here, not outside. 3, little bit deep, should be stepping up to be marking close to Nishan Velupillay. And we all saw Nishan Velupillay take this touch across his body. If Bart Vriens is 1-2 steps closer to him, man marking him, as he goes to turn, he just steps in and wins that ball. There's no way that ball can get rolled into that position.
And it's a similar fashion to what we saw against MacArthur. The hesitation, he can't get there because he's too deep. Is that a second-guessing thing? Is that a tired thing, an injured thing, or is it just making a bad mistake?
It could be a whole mixture of the lot. But this is the other one. We talk about them not winning challenges. Well, there's a challenge that's not been won. Just got booked a couple of minutes before this. Down the other end on a silly foul, there was no need. Now, Nishan Velupillay, who was fantastic in this game, is now running at the defenders. And watch how he affects these defenders here now. So watch as he comes to the edge. Bart Vriens steps out, a bit of a nothing challenge really. Kikianis then has to step out. Pay attention in this area here. Now as the ball goes wide, because those 2 centre-backs have been drawn out here, the ball goes wide. Vergos is now in an onside position. They got drawn out of that area where they really needed to be. That all started way back up the field here where it didn't happen. Now they're all affected here. And there's bodies everywhere for the Reds, but no one in the right place at the right time, and it's costing them dearly.
So we're looking at a couple of instances there where maybe it's individual errors, it's confidence things. But when you're in a rut like Adelaide United are, Macca, is it fair to say that if you make one mistake often, do you then compound that with another, as we're about to see here?
Yeah, look, the modern day football is you play out from the back, but when you're down on confidence, sometimes you think, well, maybe it's another way to play. Now, if you pause here, people might look at this when you see the tape roll and say the keeper's made an error in the pass. I don't believe he did. This is a good pass, but awareness of where the opposition players are. When this ball rolls in here to Alagic, this should be his touch. This is where all the space is. And if he takes a touch here, he can bounce here, he can play forward, he can go out here. He has a bad touch right back into where the press is from MacArthur. And because they're stretched, because they want to play out, it's now just panic stations. We've got to try and get bodies back. We've got to try and get there. They don't have the numbers and they concede again from playing out.
For very briefly, if you're Ethan Alagic here, if we can, when we pause that there, for young people watching this, what should Ethan Alagic do? If he knows Keely Adamson is coming round the back, if you're Ethan Alagic in that situation, what are you doing?
So, I'm going to put my body in front of you. So if the ball's coming from this direction here,
so I'm coming around the back.
You're coming here. If the ball comes to me on my left foot, I'm putting my body between you and the ball. Yep. So I touch, and if you want to come and crash into me, I go down as a foul. Otherwise, I'm stepping forward into the space that was provided that we said where he should go, and then you can play forward. But he just sees the player coming, has a bad touch, goes back into an area he shouldn't be going into, and they brought pressure on themselves.
This one, again, playing out from the back, an error. What goes wrong here?
Right. Have a look around everywhere. Marked up, marked up, marked up, marked up, marked up. So they're under the pressure.
Bart Vreens again.
And this is Bart Vreens out here. So as this ball goes here, they should be able to recognise that this is a difficult situation. As it rolls on, Bart Vreens doesn't change his angle, which really confuses Cox, doesn't know where he should play it. So watch Bart Vreens here. What he needs to do is he needs to move either back to create an angle to get away from his defender,
open the body
or
up,
go forward to be chipped over the top to go, but he does nothing. He doesn't either. He stays in that one position. Defender can block it off. Ethan Cox struggles to get the ball away, and it ends up in the back of the net again.
So it's errors after errors for Adelaide United. Cole Viet, the head coach, will be hoping they disappear this weekend. It's a mouth-watering clash at Cooper Stadium in round 25 of the Isuzu A-League. It's Adelaide United against Sydney FC.